So with the fact that my WheelTop GEX rear derailleur replacement has now been received, I've got over the Christmas festivities and the weather outside is horrific with Storm Garotti, I think it's called. I'll put a name on below. I thought now is the perfect time to show you how to do a WheelTop rear derailleur replacement when all the rest of the system is set up. That was a mouthful. Let me show you. So this isn't a full bike build, rebuild, anything like that. We've already got the hydraulic brakes and the shifters on the bike all set up. There's no need for any cabling. Because it's completely wireless, the installation is just so straightforward. And especially since now they've updated the app, the English actually makes sense. We've also got the advantage that the wife's away, so I can actually do this inside in the hallway. Apologies for the echoes, but it's a nice big space rather than a cramped, messy garage which is all dark, or the outside where it's freezing cold. So I'm taking advantage of everyone being out the house and making the most of this space. So the first thing you need to do whenever you get any WheelTop group set is you need to charge it and make sure it's fully charged. So I've had my rear derailleur on charge for a few hours now, so that's good to go. Next up, and here's the complicated part, with your rear derailleur and an Allen key, we're going to bolt it on. Simple as that. Now once it's screwed in, before you attach the chain, what I like to do is make sure that it's positioned correctly, and because that will just help you massively when it comes to actually just making sure each gear change is correct. So with the app, connect the rear derailleur to it. Once it is, we can then go into device adjustment, and we're looking at, first of all, we're going to replace cassette, and we make sure we're on the correct speed of cassette. So this is 12 speed, so I'm making sure I'm set up for a 12 speed cassette on here. And the range is crazy. We literally go from 3 speed to 14, but I'm on a 12. We then go to our initial calibration. And again, we're checking which gear we're in. So it knows that I'm in the lowest gear, and we just want to do that initial calibration. This is just making sure we're directly underneath the cog that we want to be. So if I look, I think I need to turn it a little bit to me. So I'll literally just on the app, I'll just press the button, and I'll make sure it just drops so it's perfectly in line. Okay, once we've done that, we have two choices. We can pair up our levers to the rear derailleur, or we can add the chain. I'm going to add the chain first, and then I'll do the levers. So then, to connect the levers, we just have to lift the front bit up and open up the battery port. They come with a battery, and all we're going to do is we take the battery out, and we've had the rear derailleur charged. What we do is we put a battery in, and on doing so, we press the change gear button. One of the trickiest parts I think people have found is actually getting these battery covers back on. I heard about people marking up Tipp-Exes where they want to line it up, etc. But I've got to be honest, it's not worked for me. I just press it down, and I use a coin to turn it, and it seems to work. But literally, that's all we need to do. And then from there, we can just check that it connects. So it's connected, but it's clearly not set up correctly. That was I was quite painful going up there. Let's use the app, it's a little bit easier for the hands-free position. So I'm just going to check the initial calibration, and I think it's a little bit too far to the right. So I'm just going to move it ever so slightly. Now we've got the chain on, just over ever so slightly. There we go. Ever so slightly to the left. Now let's see what happens now. So I'd say there's an element of fine tuning that I might need to do, but I have always found with the WheelTop group set that once I get it roughly in place, I actually need to get out on the bike and actually put a little bit of power down just to see exactly how it responds to the gear changes then. So I'm happy with where it's at right now. It changes, it's not dropping, it's not skipping, but I'll just go out, have a ride, and then I'll work out which gears I need to just fine adjust ever so slightly. But that is it. We've literally just attached the rear derailleur to the bike. We've just done the initial calibration of lining it up with the cassette. We've added the chain. We've taken a battery out, put it back in to the shifter, which then allows the two to pair. And we've changed the gears. I can't make it any more complicated, to be honest. It is really straightforward, and I think that's one of the real advantages of WheelTop. But every bit of WheelTop equipment that I've got, I've paid for with my own money. I've had lots of frustrations, but at the same time, it is actually quite straightforward to set up and to use, as long as it's working. And again, also in the defense of WheelTop, whilst my rear derailleur has broken twice now, they have respected the warranty on both occasions and sent me replacements. It's taken a little while, but they have done that. So I've got to be mindful of my criticism to them. Any eagle-eyed viewer amongst yourselves will notice that I've actually got a new bar on my bike as well. This bike's too big for me. I've always felt it was a little bit too high up for me, hence why I don't have too much seat post showing, because it is too big. But then looking on some of my videos, I'm really stretching forwards, and that's no good, particularly on a gravel bike where I want to be a little bit more balanced on the bike. So what I've tried to do, just to see whether I can negate the need for a new frame, is I've purchased a smaller integrated handlebar. So I've gone for Kovevlo or Kovevlo. I'll put a name on the description below. I'm not too sure how we're supposed to pronounce it. Installation wise, I didn't record it. It was painful. I'm not going to lie to you. In the end, I had to change my hydraulic cables because they were just getting too short. And they've got metal bolts on the bottom for your Garmin mount. What I found was when I was trying to be careful using the magnetic cable guides initially prior to putting the hydraulic cables through, they were just getting stuck on the metal where the connection for the Garmin mount is. So it just weren't working. And frustratingly, once I just went back to basics, tried installing the hydraulic hoses from the shifters directly that way through into the bike, I just fed them through as normal and it worked perfectly. So if anyone's got any of these and they haven't installed them yet, don't worry about any cable guides or anything like that. Just feed them through and they connect nicely. And I can't give you a long-term review, and I can't tell you if these are good or not because I simply haven't ridden with them yet. 3 points I will say. Since purchasing these, I've noticed there's a video on YouTube of a fellow in Scotland who goes on a gravel ride with these and they snap in the middle of the ride. He's doing nothing serious, he's just doing normal riding. I'll put the link to that video above. So that causes me concern whether there's a hell of a lot of purchases of these handlebars, so I can't imagine everyone's had that situation, but that is something I'm conscious of and makes me question the quality of them. Secondly, in terms of the quality, whilst I don't know exactly how good the handlebars are and I will reserve judgment on them, these plastic spacers are rubbish. Simple as. They're not properly aligned, they're not fully connecting to one another, and just no good, to be honest with you. So I have a feeling this isn't going to be a long-lasting relationship. On a positive note, the actual handlebars themselves feel really nice. I like the shape of them, I like the look of them. So there is some positives already, and I haven't even ridden the bike. The painted label is falling off, which again concerns me a little bit, but that's not an integral part of the handlebars. But again, just gives you an indication of the quality. But at the same time, I'm spending less than £100 on an integrated carbon handlebars. We can't be expecting top quality here. What I do expect is them to be safe, and that's my biggest concern. Right, apologies, a bit of a different video this time. I will be out and about on the roads. Next video, I promise. However, the conditions are just horrific and I don't think it's safe to be out there, and it's a perfect opportunity to get this bike set up, get all my other things done with regards to my equipment, so I'm ready to hit the roads, hit the gravel when the weather's much better. Thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Enjoy your rides, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.